This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Good morning, I'm Justin Warmoth. Phone scams are nothing new, but they're becoming more prevalent and more sophisticated. Criminals today using the art of social engineering, which essentially relies on human psychology to hack someone's personal information rather than technical exploits. Perhaps the most successful tactic today is called vishing or voice phishing, and it's working at a high clip. This morning we brought in two experts in the world of hacking so you don't fall victim. You guys are hackers, right? I mean,
yes.
in a good way.
Yes.
In a good way.
Yep.
Explain what you guys do.
So what's interesting about the term hacker, if I can, it started in 1961 at MIT. And it started as an idea of someone who wanted to understand how something worked and then kind of take it apart and figure it out. So in that sense, we are hackers. But nowadays, hackers seems like you're wearing a hoodie and you're hurting people in your mom's basement or something, right? So, but we are. Our version of hacking, what Shelby and I do, we work with a company called Social Engineer. And that is our purpose. We use human-to-human interaction to test a company's or a person's vulnerabilities to hackers and attacks like vishing, phishing, and other things like that.
I think a lot of folks might know what vishing is, or phishing is. When it comes to emails and things like that, links where you whatever. Vishing is this new facet in this whole realm, and it's really tapping into the psychology behind it, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So vishing is the practice of eliciting information or attempting to influence action via the telephone. So you can think of it as voice-based phishing. So have you ever received an email that you know is clearly a scam? I'm sure all of us have. Well, you can think of vishing in the same way. And just like phishing, vishing has quite a range. So there are very simple vishing attacks to very complex vishing attacks as well.
Who are they impersonating the most? What are we seeing? What are the most common threads here?
That's a great question. So it really depends on the target, right?
Sure.
So let's talk about a few. So from the personal level, grandparents are a huge target right now. And they're impersonating grandchildren, usually, saying like, Grandma, I was out with my buddies at a bachelor party. We went over the border. I got mugged. I'm in prison. I lost my wallet. Can you give me $5K for bail and I'll give it back to you as soon as I get home, kind of thing, right? Then we see scams against parents with kidnapping. That's a huge one right now. So they're calling the parent from the phone number of the child saying, we have your child, we're going to hurt them if you don't pay. Let's move over to corporate. Corporate vishing is huge. They're getting wire transfers, calling as a vendor. Saying, hey, I'm calling from vendor XYZ, you haven't paid this bill, we're stopping supplies until you pay. 2 years ago, Toyota lost $34 million to 3 phone calls with that exact scam. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars a year are lost to this. So the question is hard to answer because it depends on who the target is, but they're impersonating anybody from the IRS to your grandkids to vendors.
And it's interesting, I think folks at home, they're like, I'll never fall for something like this. This is not something it's not going to affect me ever. I'll see right through it. That's just not the case based on data, right? I mean, you're seeing the numbers really tell you that anyone is vulnerable here.
Yeah, so statistics actually show that 61.1% of people fall victim to scams that were robocalls. Okay. And those are just of reported calls as well. So even the basic scams that we're talking about right now are definitely effective.
Yeah, and that's just robocalls, because we're seeing these become tapping in. This is a real person using psychological warfare. If you're not, I don't know if that's the correct way to put it,
but it is.
But if you listen to some of these calls, it is impressive, and you would never think that you could that this would be someone trying to scam you.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's a $1.2 billion industry in this country, with a 554% increase from last year.
Right.
So it's working. That's why they're using it. And I think your term psychological warfare is great because it's war. I mean, they're taking money from people that may have, this is their last dime. They don't care. There's no emotion for that person. They're taking it from them.
And they don't need to get everyone to fall for this. I mean, all they need is a small percentage and they've made their buck. But to your point, this call right here that we're about to play, I believe is you.
Yeah, it is me.
Okay, so this gives you an idea of what it sounds like, and I think this is a corporate one, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you for holding. This is Peyton.
Hi, Peyton. My name is Maria. I'm calling with IT. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for asking. You're the first person to ask me that today, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I won't take more than 2 minutes of your time here. We are in the process of moving employees over to a virtual desktop infrastructure, And what we are doing is just getting certain departments set up with that today, just following up on that email we sent out a few weeks ago. And we are in your department now. So I've spoken to a few of your coworkers already, I believe.
Okay.
And it's your turn. Do you have a moment to assist me with that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, so take me through that initial. I know this is a 3-minute call, but what sticks out to you about that call that someone should be aware of on the tactics used there?
So the first thing that pops out to me is liking. I wanted to get her on my side, so I said, "You're the first person to ask me that today. Thank you so much," and just showing that appreciation. So immediately she's already feeling good about herself. So that's the first thing that pops out to me.
And another factor is a lot of times employees will post things on a social media application about their job. So maybe they're on Instagram and they'll say something like, "Oh, my company's moving me to a new system," right? Or they're on Facebook and they'll take a picture of themselves at their desk with their monitor on, and now you see all the programs that they use. Attackers are using those artifacts. So notice Shelby said, like that email we sent you a couple weeks ago. We didn't send that email.
And they get so many emails, right? I mean, there's this. Your coworkers have also just done this as well. It's your turn. Things like that. I mean, that might just be run of the mill, especially in today's world where we're seeing so many people remote as well. So it's just something that you just have to be made aware of. And I think a pressing question that so many people have is, well, how come they have my stuff? How come they have my phone number? How do they know where I work? And you said that they scrub, social media and things like that, but how do they get my phone number in the first place?
So if we look at the last 24 months, I mean, we can go back further, but AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, all have been breached. We see healthcare networks being breached, hacked nonstop. The government, OPM, was breached. Yahoo breached. Let's just take that small number. Billions of accounts now have been dumped onto the dark web and the open web. So when hackers get that, they package these things up, they put them on websites. Now every hacker on the planet can go download. They call them breach dumps. That data contains a lot of times your full name, your date of birth, your phone number, your email address, and then other parts of your life. Now the hackers have that. So they're able to look at that and go, "Oh, I want to call Justin. Let me. Here's his phone number. Here's his email. Oh, here's his social media."
Essentially, they have a folder of us.
Yes, they have a dossier on you.
Yeah. And then how, from the number that they're calling from, right? How much of a role is that in getting someone to answer the call? You know what I mean? Like the
That's
same
huge.
area code and things like
It's
that.
huge. Same area code. Our phones they're getting smarter, so they're picking up on this might be a scam call. But a lot of the time, if we see a number we're familiar with, we're going to be more likely to answer it. And attackers can spoof their phone numbers so they can make it appear as if they're calling from whatever number they want to. So like Chris mentioned, it could be maybe your family member or someone like that.
What role does gender play in this as well?
Gender is an interesting one. So the report actually shows that females may be more susceptible to vishing. However, a vishing attack compromise is also more likely if the caller is female as well. So we're seeing some really interesting things coming from that.
And this is interesting data because when we wrote the State of Vishing report. It's the world's first analyzation of this kind of calls. We had 83,000 phone calls that we analyzed. So this isn't like just saying, "Oh, we did 10 calls and Shelby was more successful than me." Over 83,000 phone calls that were analyzed, we saw that women were better at being attackers, right? But they also were more vulnerable. And there's a lot of science behind that when you think about it. Think about the last time you got a phone call from someone you didn't know. You hear a woman's voice, we're more prone to think, "Oh, how can I help? What can I do?" You hear a guy's voice and you're a little suspicious. So that's playing a part in why we see a lot of malicious threat actors using women also in their attacks.
And as artificial intelligence becomes more accessible, there are concerns it'll be another arrow in the quiver for hackers. We'll discuss the potential impacts and much more right after this. Stay with us.
This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Welcome back as we continue our discussion on the latest ways hackers are trying to access your personal and financial information. Our guests this morning are experts in the field offering insight and tips so people and companies can avoid getting duped. Unfortunately, though, the criminals are getting more creative thanks in part to advancements in technology. If at all, AI is going to play or playing already in this, because we're seeing, you just go on social media or whatever and you can find voices that sound like the president, that sound like different politicians, maybe the IRS, I don't know, someone that they can emulate and try to get money from you in that sort of fashion. Is that the next wave into this? Is that already here?
I feel it's already here. So Microsoft put a tool out online that it needs 3 seconds of your voice and it can make a whole conversation in your voice. So now think about these calls that are happening. You pick up the phone, hello, and no one's there, or static. And you're like, hello, hello, I can't hear you. There's 3 seconds of your voice. Now, how many of us, and don't answer this out loud, have a bank that wants to use voice off to allow you into your account, right? So now you think about, you just got this phone call, you said hello 3 or 4 times, you're like, hey, Chris speaking, hello, I can't hear you. They have all of that. They can duplicate a conversation. Before we started, we were talking about this attack that happened on this mother. She lost quite a lot of money where she thought she was getting a call from her daughter that was kidnapped. They used AI to generate a conversation in her daughter's voice. So they had another woman speaking, but masked it with AI to make this conversation. She believed it was her daughter, and she fell for this attack. So I think AI is here, and as we see it getting more advanced, we're going to see more advanced attacks being used against us.
You know, phishing, I think with email spam filters and things like that, it's certainly evolved, and it's filtered out a lot of the mess that would come into our inboxes. But with vishing, what do we do? I mean, think about it. Do we just snub every single call that comes into our phones and just say, I'm not answering anything that comes in, I'm not going to return any calls as well unless it's legit from someone who I was expecting? Or even then, though, because to your point, you used so many references that say, like, you just don't know. So what is the answer? What are the best practices that someone can have?
That's a great question. We have 5 things that I think we can talk about, right, that go to what people can do, because there is, to your point, before we say the 5 things, there's no tool that you can put right now that says, I'm going to block phishing calls. Like you said, there's email filters, there's spam filters, there's rules you can put in your Outlook or your Gmail to stop the emails. You can't do that with your phone. So the first one that we talk about is using critical thought when it comes to an attack happening. So if someone's calling you from the IRS and they're saying, we're calling you because you were late on your taxes, stop for a minute. Would the IRS ever call you? Have you ever gotten a call from the IRS? So you may feel fear. Oh no, they're sending someone to arrest me. I'm afraid. But critical thought can say, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that leads perfectly into the second one. He said, if you feel fear. So if you feel any strong emotion, fear, anger, sadness, even curiosity, you're going to want to pause for a moment and try to step out of that. And remember, you are the one in control, really. So you can hang up that phone and really take that power back.
And then number 3 is if you feel that emotion, it's a great time to disconnect that call and call back. Let's say you believed it. Let's say you're like, I really do owe money to the IRS. Hang up that phone and call a legitimate number. You probably have a bill from the government. On that bill will be a real number. Don't call the number that's on your caller ID, because that could be them. Call the legit IRS number. Say, hey, here's my social. I'm calling. Did you just call me? And guarantee you'll stop from being breached if you do that.
In addition, you never want to give out any personal or financial information over the phone to an unverified caller.
And then the 5th is probably the most important. Is if you fall for something, don't let shame and guilt stop you from seeking help. We see this so often, especially with romance scams. People feel humiliated, embarrassed, their heart is broken. They don't want to talk about it, so they brush it under the rug. We talked about reported calls, 1.2 billion because it's reported. How many don't go reported? So if you fall for something, don't say, I feel so dumb, I can't talk about it. Seek help. That's the only way you can get back on your feet.
And it's the only way to really put an end to this, I think, as well, right? Because if you, to your point, if someone's not reporting this and they're just like, I know I just got scammed, now I'm out a couple grand, and that's not something that I want to just admit to anyone. I don't want to say that I fell victim, but as we've seen, this is getting more complex and they're getting really good at their jobs. Where are the majority of these calls coming from?
That's a great question. So sadly, there's no one location. If we went back a couple years, I can tell you that we were seeing a lot from foreign countries, like let's say the country of Georgia was big, Turkey, Russia, China. There was a lot coming from those countries. But since the pandemic, we've seen an uptick of calls even happening from this country. Right here in our own country, people scamming each other. So we have seen an uptick in vishing happening globally from everywhere. And with the advent of VoIP, what they call voice over IP, where you can have a whole phone system just on the internet and it's cheap, really easy to set up, Setting up Vishing call centers is next to almost cost nothing, and you can do it in a couple hours.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So what's the end game? I asked that question hoping for a little optimism, right? Because it's sad.
Yeah.
And it's horrible for this to continue, but if it's lucrative enough, it will continue. So where do you see this ending, or how do you see this ending? Or will it just evolve and evolve and evolve?
Well, I definitely think it will continue to evolve. However, our understanding of it is evolving as well. So communication and conversations just like this are really, really vital to understand the techniques used, and then also know the steps that you can take if you do fall victim to something like this.
I mean, have you guys fallen victim? As someone who's in the business and know about every single practice and know to be aware of this, have you guys?
So I'll tell you a personal story. In my career, I have sent 19 million phishing emails. Okay. So that's how many I've sent as doing this for 20 years. I fell for a fish, a real fish. I am an Amazon junkie. Like, I really am. I order everything on Amazon. And I was heading to a conference, and I had ordered a whole bunch of stuff for the conference, going straight to the hotel. I'm packing things, trying to get ready, and I get an email, and it says your recent Amazon order will not be shipped due to declined credit card. And I didn't do any of the 5 things we said. I didn't critically think, I didn't stop and pause, and I clicked that link. And it opened up a real-looking Amazon page. So I start typing in my credentials. And just out of sheer habit, I looked up at the URL bar, like where the address is, and I didn't see Amazon.com. I saw something.ru. And that's the only thing that saved me, is that I looked there for 1 second, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just fell for a fish. I'm like, wait, I'm the guy, like, I wrote a book on the psychology of phishing. I sent 19 million fish, and I fell for it.
That shows you that
Yes.
anyone can fall victim.
Anybody.
And I know that you have a personal story from grandparents as well falling victim for this. And it's so unfortunate because, as we talked about at the beginning of this conversation, these scammers are really hitting the grandparent population a lot more to pull that emotion.
Well, and people tend to think that there's no way an attacker would target me, right? I don't have enough money, or I don't, but like you said, my grandparents did fall victim to an attack earlier this year, a Vishing attack, and they're on a fixed income. As long as you have some assets or information that an attacker wants, you can be a victim to it. So that's why it's so vital for all of us to know what to do when we are put in that situation.
But I love part of this story with her grandparents because they handled it perfect, right? They sought help. As soon as they fell for it, they didn't go, oh, I'm embarrassed that my granddaughter does this for a living, I shouldn't tell her. They went for help, and they went to the bank, and they actually got their money back. They got it back. So it's a great story because they did the 5 things that we said. They still fell victim for it, but they ended up recovering because they sought help right away.
And that's not the case for every single time. I mean, majority probably, right?
Yeah. No, majority, we find, you hear people say, oh, I fell for that last year. Oh, what did you do? Oh, nothing. Nothing. And they don't take action because they're embarrassed. They feel a little bit of shame. They don't want to talk about it.
Now, a lot of the information we brought you this morning was from their company's recent study on the rise of Vishing. You can find a link to what else Social Engineer LLC discovered in this story on clickorlando.com/weekly. I'm Justin Warmoth. Hope you have a great Sunday.